Hello mga bata! This is your tall, dazzling, and absolutely fabulous maestra Eponchini Nisin reporting for Jiri. So today we will discuss about the elements of art and principle of design. Before that, I will be explaining what is elements, art, principle, and also the design. So elements, this is the basic part or ingredients on building a blocks of an art. While art is the way people express their thoughts, emotions through things just like painting, sculpture, music, acting, writing, and etc. While the principle, this is the rules or ideas that organize those elements or blocks to make the art look balanced and good. While the design, this is the arrangement of the elements to make an artwork beautiful and meaningful. So, allow Miss Krisa to explain what is the elements of art.
Hello mga bata, it's me Teacher Krisa, your serious but chill island maestra with curls and cool vibes. So today, I am discussing about the elements in visual arts. So before we start, let me ask you something. What is visual? So visual is something related to sight. It can be an image, picture, or anything that you can see. So means, ang visual kuno is anything that can be seen or used to show something clearly. So there are 6 elements in visual arts. So the first element in visual art is line. So line is a path made by a moving point. Nagkaklase ang line. Lines can be straight, curved, or broken, and it guides the eyes in a drawing. Example, stripes on a tiger. So the next one kay ang shapes and form. Shapes are flat, making it two-dimensional, like squares and circles, and they only have width and height. While ang form is mura siyang shape but naay depth, making it three-dimensional or 3D, like cube. So the third one is color. Color is what we see when a light hit an object, such as red, blue, or green. And in color pod, it can show our feelings or mood, such as red for excitement or anger, and blue for happiness or calmness. One is texture. Texture is like how something looks or feels, like a rough tree or smooth glass. So in art, it can be real or ma-feel siya nimo. Pwede nga makita ra nimo ang art but ma-feel nimo yung texture and mura siyag tinuod. So the fifth one is space. Space is the area around or between objects. So artists use space to make things look empty or crowded, like a large empty classroom or a crowded painting. So the last one is volume. So what is volume man? Volume means how light or dark the area or color is, like light gray or dark black. Example ana is kanang shadow sa paintings or drawings. So these elements are important, kaya when artists combine these elements, makakreate sila artworks that looks real, interesting, and express emotion.
Really inside, while auditory art is all about the way we hear. All sounds just like music, while the combined art, that is the way we hear and watch together, just like dance, theater, movement, and also the mix of the elements of art. So first, let's tackle the auditory art. Just like what I've said earlier, auditory art is all about sounds, all about the way we hear, just like music. So there are 5 elements under the auditory art, which is the pitch, rhythm, harmony, timbre or the tone color, and lastly is the dynamic. So let me explain first the pitch. So pitch, this is how high or low your sounds is. It helps create a melody that could recognize and also remember. Just like for example, the whistle. The sounds of the whistle is high pitch, while the deeper sounds of bass drum, it's a low pitch. message. Second is the rhythm. This is the pattern of sound and silence over time, it providing structure and also flow. Like for example, you're clapping your hands, diba? As you can see, the movement is repeating and also the sound is. So that is it's called rhythm. Just like example, you are clapping your hands. As you can see, the movement is repeatedly and also the sound that produce is also repeated. That's what you call rhythm. The third one is harmony. Harmony is when two or more notes combine together or sung together to create music more richer. Like for example, we're in a group song when friends sing different notes at the same time, but also the outcome will be more nice and clear and richer. That's called harmony. Go to the second to the last element, which is the timbre or the tone color. It gives unique quality of the sounds. Like for example, guitar and a piano can play the same note, but at the same time, they're still different between the two, all because of they are different instruments and their outcomes is different as well. That's what you call timbre. It makes the sounds unique. Lastly is the dynamic. Dynamic, this is how soft or hard your music is. It's dependent on the situation you are in. Like for example, if magpatulog kang bata, you were choose the lullaby because it is soft and it's very nice and it can make the baby comfortable and also calm. Example, if you are in a marching band, so your music will be using is loud, right? To get the attention of the people and also to the audience. So let's tackle the combined art. Combined art is the way we hear and watch together. So there are 4 elements under the combined art, which is the movement, dialogue and story, the spectacle or the visual element, lastly is the interpretation. So first, let me explain you the movement. So movement is using the body to tell us a story. For example, in a dance show, even without talking, you can feel the dance if it's happy, sad, or angry by the way they move. That is the movement. Let's go to the dialogue and story. So this is the spoken part of the performance. The words, characters, and also the actors could explain us what is going on. Like for example, in a play, no, the characters or the main rule of the character would say their lines so that us as an audience, we can as easily to understand what is this story all about. Let's go to the third element, which is the spectacle, or we can say the visual elements. This is the part that we can see on screen or on the stage. We can see live, just like the sounds, lighting, stage, background, or etc. Lastly, the interpretation. This is putting everything together in a one performance. Like for example, in a play, just like Frozen, the singing, which is described as the sounds, the movement, which is dancing, the costume, which is the visual. So they are working together to create a wonderful and a very beautiful show. When all of the elements come together, they create the experience that could touch our hearts and mind. They don't just entertain us. They give us knowledge, lesson, and to feel our emotion deeply and to imagine what we knew of this world. It connects us to the story and also to the artist in a special way.
Good day everyone. So before I want to proceed in the discussion, allow me to introduce my name. So I'm your teacher Lavi today. So today I want to discuss the meaning and nature of the principle of arts and designs. So if the elements are the building blocks of arts, so the principle of arts and designs are the rules by which they are arranged. So they provide balance, coherence, unity, ensuring that artworks achieve both beauty and meaning. There are 7 meaning and nature of the principle of arts and designs. So the balance, contrast, rhythm and movement, unity and harmony, emphasis, proportion and scale, and lastly is the variety. So balance. So balance is the distribution of authority weight, whether symmetrical, asymmetrical, or radial. So symmetrical is the both sides are the same, and the asymmetrical is not the same but still balance gihapon siya, and radial is from the central point siya ga. Okay. The second one is the contrast. So contrast is the deliberate use of differences like light versus dark, smooth versus rough, loud versus soft to create emphasis. So the third one is the rhythm and movement. So the rhythm and movement is the repetition or flow of the objects. So for example is the painting ni Van Gogh's katong Starry Night, the Starry Night. Unity and harmony. So unity and harmony is the sense of completeness that arises when all elements work together cohesively. So emphasis. So emphasis is the focus of a certain parts of an artwork to draw attention. So for example nga gikuan nga artwork, just look at the umbrella. So did you see nga na adyoy isa ka object nga gihatagan of attention, which is ta kanang color yellow nga umbrella. So that mo na mean nga emphasis. So di ba makuan ra nga masabot ra unsay emphasis. Proportion and scale. So proportion and scale is the relationship of parts to the whole, ensuring the visual or authority is balanced. Variety. So the variety is the use of diverse elements to add interest and avoid monotony. So from the word monotony, dili siya puol tanawon. So kailangan nga mag-use kag kalain-lain nga elements, or for example like kanang mga magamit kag laing colors, shapes, basta dili ka mo kuan sa isara ka elements.
These principles are not rigid rules but flexible guides that enable artists to craft works that communicate effectively. They remind us that art is not only about creation but also organization, balance, and intentionality.